people are generally willing to admit that, well, maybe some men batter their partners, but when a particular situation comes up and it's a member of the congregation, or it's a member of their family, or it's a spiritual leader, it's somebody they know, then all of a sudden, oh, it couldn't be him.
We like to believe that our religion or culture protects us from the ills of society. Unfortunately, that's not always the case.
When the police would show up, we would lie. We would all lie. I was so humiliated. Just the presence of a police officer in my, home, it was so not real. Because Jewish families don't have the cops show up to find out why there's been screaming and thumping of things falling downstairs. Jewish families don't have that.
And I answered them wrong in his view, and he got angrier and angrier. Finally, he stormed back in, and he had a look on his face that I had never seen before. I mean, his face was twisted in rage. And he came over to me, and he just shoved down on my left shoulder, and I sort of went limp in the chair because I've had a ruptured disc a couple of times, and I protect my back at all costs. And I thought, well, just go limp. And he then slid his thumb into my neck and into my jugular vein and just pushed as hard as he could, and just grabbed and pushed in as hard as he could.
He pulled me by my hair into the tool room on the due date of my pregnancy and ordered me to clean it. And then he left to go to work, and I started to feel very sick, and I was brought to Hadassah Medical Center, and they sent in a domestic violence advocate who strongly suggested that I take out a restraining order from him to block his entry into the delivery room.
I drove to my mom's house, and when he called to find out when I was coming back, and I said I wasn't, at least for a while, that I had to think, he wound up coming back calling me about an hour later to say, you don't have to worry about the dog anymore. I've strangled him. He's dead.
There is within the Jewish tradition a very strong requirement, namely that we preserve the lives and health of the people around us. That's called pikuach nefesh, what it means literally saving a person's life. And that takes precedence over almost every other commandment within the Jewish tradition.
It's my responsibility to let people know that this behavior exists, that it is totally unacceptable, that it can never be justified or rationalized, and that we have an obligation to do everything that we can to help people who are the victims of abuse.